Well, hey, and welcome to another episode of Beatle Dustino and peace and love on this one, because we're going to be talking about a certain Ringo Starr. All right, so peace and love, peace and love. We'll get a few of those out there in this one, because it's all about Ringo today. A lot of Ringos. All right, so we are going to be doing the next episode of What's on the Rack, episode 11. Wow, getting there. Almost to the dozen mark. But yeah, it'll be this section here. So if you've been wondering what those spines belong to, you're going to find out. Because I think this one's pretty good in camera view there. But before we do get started with that, I do want to thank all my subscribers. Thanks to any new subscribers. Amazingly, I've hit 500 subscribers. I can't believe I've got to that mark. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to be saying that for a while. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And do hit the notification bell so you know when I got my next What's on the Rack or What's in the Box videos coming out. We'll be starting a new series too. So give you a little scoop here on that. I'll be calling it 10 from the Rents, I think is my working title so far. So 10 from the Rents. I'll pull out my parents' old vinyl collection and show you 10 discs, 10 albums from that. And maybe if I dig up their old cassette collection and stuff, maybe we'll go that. So I don't want to label it as vinyl or anything. It'll be just 10 from the Rents. All right. Also, if you do like this video, please do give it a like. It really does help out the channel. And do leave a comment in the comment section. I love having a discussion with everybody. But let's get on with this 11th episode of What's on the Rack. So yeah, there we go. This section of What's on the Rack. And like I said, peace and love, peace and love. It's all Ringo Starr. We got Ringo coming up for episode 11 and a lot of episode 12. So, but yeah, let's get into this. This is going to be pretty much all of his studio albums. No, it will be all of his studio albums. So let's get started. It's really worked out good. George Harrison ended off perfect there where Ringo starts this next section. So all Ringo. And we do start off with Sentimental Journey. And there is cover, the spine, and the back. And we'll show you the back of the booklet there and the disc. So of course up next would be Bukus of Blues. And I think I said that right, Bukus. There we go, there's the spine and the back. Very cool again on that Apple label. As I said, I love it when they use old record labels as the labels on CDs. Does make sense, right? It's a record label. CD is just a modern day version of the disc. Well, modern day since the 80s. I guess it's still modern for me. Up next, we got Ringo and his Ringo album. Definitely his best. And will we be seeing a 50th anniversary of this? A super deluxe edition this year, being that it is its 50th anniversary. There's the back of the book and the disc. I really do hope so. I really do. I love this album. And we got several Beatles on that. All four. All unfortunately not on the same tracks, but throughout. And up next we got Goodnight Vienna. There's the spine and the back. Take a look at the back of the booklet and the disc. Now, like most of the Beatles' solo careers, as I'm sure you guys figured out, say this a lot, I didn't start collecting them until recently. I've always been so focused on the Beatles. This is a pretty old collection. This stuff, Paul's solo career, John's solo career, Ringo's solo career, a lot of that's fairly recent to my collection because I don't know why I've ignored their solo careers. One thing I noticed collecting these, John's weren't too hard to find at affordable, cheap prices. Paul's kind of depends on the release. You could be really cheap to really expensive, so it all depends with Paul. But all fairly easy to find is what price you want to pay. Ringo's, on the other hand, those first four, not too bad. A lot of the rest of these, holy cow, were these hard to track down. And when you did, some of them were quite expensive. But I had to have them, so here we go. Off onto this. Now this one I don't think was terribly hard. I think I did find this on Amazon for a fairly good price. I don't know if that's still the case now. This was a few years back. Let's see if I can get it right. The rotogravure. I think I said it exactly the same twice. I don't think anybody gets this one right. It's always what I hear said. But there we go. There's the back of the book and the disc. I already showed you the front, the back, and the spine. This one, though, was a tricky one to find. And let me know if you had easier times finding these, but this is Ringo the Fourth. But I know this one was not an easy one to find for me, especially not at a cheap price like you expect. I'll show you behind the disc. Nothing there, though. Any with the clear, I'll show behind the disc. This, again, was another one that was extremely hard to find. Bad Boy. These are some of the priciest CDs in my collection. I suppose he did not sell at the numbers the other guys did, so I suppose that's leading to some of it. Also him bouncing around different labels and that. It's maybe a little harder to consolidate it, to get reissues and that out. This one, I think, was the trickiest to find. And this would be Stop and Smell the Roses. And there's the spine, the back, and the back of the booklet, the disc, underneath the disc. And this one, I know I do got a little additional I'll pull out, because I got this one still sealed. And there is the hype sticker. And I even stuck to the back there the little seal that was over the jewel case there to show that it was still sealed, I guess. Stuck that to the back of the hype sticker, so got both of those. And the funny part was, is all that, tracking that one down and paying all that price for it, and here, last record store day, they reissued it on this beautiful mini LP disc. Show you here with the obi on it. Take the obi off, there's the obi. I guess I didn't show the spine. I'll do that there. Here's the disc now without the obi. And the spine without it. And the super nice, thick, heavy cardstock. I'm so impressed with these discs from Culture Factory. They do such a great job with these. Even got the liner, the inner sleeve here with the printed sleeve there. And this really cool LP looking grooves and all in there, and black disc. How cool is that? And this one, about the same story as Stop and Smell the Roses, but old wave. For the longest time, I thought this was going to be the hardest one to track down, and it turned out it was a little easier and cheaper than Stop and Smell the Roses. But I finally got a copy. There's the back of the booklet and the disc. On the Right Stuff logo, it says here, or label. And there's the back of the, underneath the disc. And much like Stop and Smell the Roses, we also got from Culture Factory, and I just discovered I'd left this in the shrink wrap, so old wave. This was for Black Friday Record Store Day last year, 2022 Black Friday Record Store Day. And very nice mini LP again, little obi on there. Again, that nice super thick cardstock. Inner sleeve, the printed inner sleeve. And yet again, that cool vinyl looking, make it look like an LP CD. And the black disc on the back there. Do not know why I left this one in the shrink, but I pulled the other one out. I surprised myself just now there. So that was early 80s, and he kind of had a little hiatus there in the 80s, and we finally got in the early 90s. About 10 years later, we got Time Takes Time. There's the front, the back, spine, the back of the booklet, and the disc. Next up, we got Vertical Man. And this one I purposely looked for this package. I was kind of surprised, especially in the early 90s, they were doing a package like this. So it really isn't a spine to show because it's kind of on the top. The top is the spine because it folds out like so. And we got the Vertical Man there. And the disc comes out down here. Show you the disc. Really cool looking disc. We do got a booklet too. There's the front and the back. You've kind of already seen a little of it because it sits behind here. So it's kind of one of those where you can have a couple of different views there. I'll kind of try to do it so you can see there. I don't know if I showed that panel of it there. I kind of unfolded it pretty quick, but there we go. And there is a jewel case version of this too. This was like a collector's edition or special edition. And this next one is a very interesting piece to my Ringo collection. Of course, we're getting this Christmas album up next, but this is a very special version of it. This is a promo copy that came out, and don't adjust your screen. There's no booklet with these promo copies. But that is correct. The tinting is not wrong. This is a red translucent jewel case. Gotta be very careful with this. It doesn't quite sit right. Sometimes these colored jewel cases and different odd ones kind of don't sit right. So, but there's the disc. I'll show you below the tray here. So the tray, the back, and the cover are all in this red translucent. And I saw this on eBay one day just looking through. Did I show you the spine there? That's kind of cool. Everything there. Price was not bad, and I went for it because I thought it was really cool. Not the greatest album, but boy is that a cool disc, and more a cool jewel case. Would have been really cool if they would have done a green version too, a translucent green, and where this is green on the disc label, do a red. Kind of an alternate version, but I suppose a promo, they're not going to do all these chase versions. Unfortunately, this one, I don't have a regular edition of it. I've only got that promo copy, and I've got this kind of reissue of it that came out, this 20th Century Masters. Yeah, 20th Century Masters. This is like a Christmas collection, they call it. So there that is. One of these days, I'll seek down just the regular version. So this has got a little different label on it. That promo one even had a different label than the main album. But really cool underneath the album there, underneath the disc. Got the wreath. Hey, keeping it rolling. Next up, we got Ringo Rama. A goofy cover, a goofy title, but a pretty decent album. So there we go. And this is the single disc version. There were several versions of this one. And there's underneath the disc there. And do I got a couple of those versions? Yeah. There's the other one. Outside of it pretty much looks the same, so I won't show you too much more there. Even this so far is looking pretty similar. However, we pull that out, and it reveals there's a DVD there. So, Ringo Rama Land. And this next one too has got a couple different versions. I think I got kind of the higher end version though. So this is Choose Love. And there's the spine and the back. And this is kind of a, there's the back of the booklet. It looks like I got the disc in upside down, or do I? No, this is what they call, I think, a dual disc. I'll show you under the disc there. We got, as you can see by that, the CD there. And then you just flip it over. You got a DVD. And up next we got Liverpool 8. Front, the back, the spine, and like my John Lennon collection, I guess I got a couple of Ringos that might be falling apart. So there's the back of the booklet and the disc, and under the disc tray there. Next up we got Why Not. There's the back and the spine, back of the booklet, the disc, and under the disc tray. Next we got Ringo 2012. Well, they really did good figuring out the title for that one. So release it in 2012 and just call it 2012. There we go, back of the booklet. Really cool looking disc there. There's under the disc tray. Then we got Postcards to Paradise. I'm sorry, Postcards from Paradise. Thought I said that wrong. There's the spine, the back of the booklet, and the disc, and under the disc, nothing, absolutely nothing. Up next we got Give More Love. This one I actually got new when it came out. Tried getting it on release date, but they didn't carry it in town, so I had to go online. That's what started my online addiction, I think. I think I was starting to realize they don't carry CDs in town anymore, so. And another absolutely nothing under the disc there, just white. And then What's my name? Ringo! There we go. Front, the spine, the back of the booklet, the disc, and under the disc tray. This one, I even got a sealed copy sitting here. I'm waiting to give this to my nephew for a little something, and it does have the hype sticker there, so I thought I'd show you the hype sticker quick. I think I threw mine out. I only recently, seems like a lot of things, only recently I started to do, and hype stickers is one of those. I guess I never saw the value in them, but the more I watch on YouTube, and now I'm contributing to it, the more I realize the hype sticker is a vital part of the package, so I got to keep it. So I'm going to see if my nephew will let me have that one to put with mine, because I think he'll just throw it out anyway. Well, that ended the studio albums, and I am going to try to get a ranking going on this one of these days soon. It's going to be a lot to tackle, though. I've listened to all these albums over time, just not well enough to give a good ranking on it yet. That'll be a project I got going here, and hopefully I'm going to shoot, I'll put this out here right now, be a little ways out I suppose, but Ringo's birthday, July 7th. I'll try to have a video up for that. I did George's on his birthday on complete accident. No matter what Beatle Tone says that I was well organized, no, that was a complete accident. I was just planning, I was going to have that video coming up. When I started realizing the date where I was going to put it, I'm like, oh, that was a fall on his birthday. So, anyways, let's get on with what's on the rack here. And up next, we got the EPs, which I think I'm going to include these in the ranking. I think I'm going to lump them together like a whole album. I know that's what people don't want. They don't want a compilation like album release like that, but I feel like these are enough of an album to give the three of them a ranking together. But here is Zoom In. I'd hate to lump them in separate, with them just being a few songs each. I feel like if you kind of look at them as a collective, that'll be in there. So I've been thinking about this. So there you can definitely tell I've been thinking about it. But there was Zoom In. And of course we got Change the World up next. There's the front, the spine, the back of the booklet, the disc, and under the disc, but also my hype sticker. I learned I started putting the hype stickers under there. So I don't believe Zoom In came with one. And then we got the EP3, most recent one. I quite like this one too. Zoom In, I think, is definitely the best of these three. I could do an easy ranking on these three. Zoom In, this one, Change the World. That was easy to do. And then there's the back of the booklet and the disc. And under the disc tray, and once again, I got my hype sticker there. And I guess I kind of put the EPs after the albums because I kind of feel those recent EPs especially need to kind of be lumped in with the albums. And I've got one single, and I thought I'm not going to put this after the live albums and the compilations, seeing as it's just the one, and it is more like an EP. And this one I did get used, but it's The Weight of the World. And I discovered, I don't think I even noticed this, like I said, I got it used, how I put the hype sticker under the tray on Change the World in EP3. I think the guy that owned this before did the same, because I just discovered as I was setting up for the video, that's the hype sticker right there. So pretty cool. There's the back and the hype sticker. There is the back of the booklet and the disc. And there we finish now the EPs and the singles. So we're on to the live albums. And there is VH1 Storytellers. And I think I discovered something with this one. Again, as I was setting up. There's the back of the booklet and the disc. And you might be noticing, if you're familiar with this album, something's off. And I was kind of looking at it, making sure all the discs were in the right position, all upright. I got looking under the spindle there, and I'm like, what is under there? I don't think this is supposed to have the black tray. I think it's supposed to have a clear one, because look at that. There is something under the tray. So I got this used, and you never know what you're going to find with used discs, so I'll have to find a clear tray to put on there, so that way it's correct. And last but not least for this one, we got Live from Soundstage. These was only 2 live albums just as a solo artist. All the rest of his live albums are with the All-Star Band, which is pretty much going to be up next. I got a couple of compilations, and then we'll get into the All-Star Band ones on episode 12. So we'll start with the Ringo compilations, solo compilations, and then Ringo and his all-star band. But there we go. There is episode 11 of What's on the Rack. All Ringo. Peace and love, peace and love. And I do got my Ringo necklace on, of course, which with that put on, that becomes my alter ego, Beatle Dustino. Alter Eagle. Alter ego. There we go. All right. But I am going to get wrap it up because these are always so long anyway. I don't need to get rambling about something afterwards. Ramble on. All right. Again, that's a Led Zeppelin song, not Beatles. All right. Well, I'm getting goofy here. I filmed a lot of videos this weekend. All right. I am going to wrap it up, though. I do want to thank my subscribers. Thanks to you new subscribers. I'm still shocked I'm over 500 subscribers now. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really does help me out. It makes me feel like I'm really contributing to this Beatles YouTube universe here. And also other artists, too. But yeah, mainly focus on the Beatles. Do hit the notification bell, too, so you do know when I got the next What's on the Rack or What's in the Box or 10 from the Rents, as I discussed at the beginning. Also, please do leave a like. If you stuck around to this point, you must like it. So please give it a like and do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. Let me know your thoughts on these albums. Have you had a hard time finding some of these Ringos? Do you even collect the Ringos? I know a lot of Beatles fans that don't. All right. But yeah, I am going to get signed out. So I stop rambling here. And I'm Beatle Dustino, signing out.